Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay and I welcome you in our new training series which is about Zscaler Client Connector ZCC. So this is the very first training in this series. In this training, we will cover very basic overview of ZCC. Later on, we will have advanced training as well. So let's start. This is what the agenda, very basic overview. We'll talk about the ZCC modules and the ZCC update intervals as well. Now, ZCC is is an application which you install on a user computer and mobile devices. It is supported on Windows computer, Mac, and Linux as well. In mobile devices, you can install it on iOS and Apple and Android. What exactly this application do? This forwards user traffic to the public service edge, basically the Zscaler data center, where the policy enforcement happens to the traffic based on your configuration. That application uses two type of tunnel. One is called tunnel 1.0, another is called tunnel 2.0. See, the tunnel 1.0 is a lightweight HTTP connect tunnel, and tunnel 2.0 is TLS DTLS based persistent tunnel, right? So tunnel 1.0, so when you use a tunnel type 1.0, you can forward standard web traffic only, which usually port HTTP, HTTP or HTTPS. When you use tunnel 2.0, you can forward all port and protocol traffic to ZIA, Zscaler data center, ZIA public service edge. The authentication mechanism this Zscaler application uses, that's the token based authentication. It doesn't use the cookies based authentication, right? And when you install this application on a Windows or Mac, it also install the driver, along with it. For Windows, it installed the Windows packet filter based driver, and for the Mac, it installs the TUN drivers. Also, it installed the Zscaler certificate, during that installation, so that when users start, forwarding their traffic, the SSL inspection service can be leveraged. Most of the settings for this application, ZCC, is controlled by the mobile admin portal. You can log into mobile and your cloud and .net. So if your domain is hosted on Zscaler 2, you can log into mobile.zscaler2.net, and from there you can configure and manage the ZCC application settings, right? What type of things you can configure there? So you can configure ZCC auto updates, traffic forwarding mechanism, which app profile user should get. These all kind of settings you can configure on the admin portal. So let me quickly show you how that admin portal look like, right? So my tenant is hosted on Zscaler Cloud 2, so I logged into that, right? Admin at, okay, and this is my password. Let me log in. So first you will log into your Zscaler mobile administration portal, and from there you can redirect to the Zscaler mobile portal. You can also directly log into the mobile portal as well, right? Okay, so I'm logged into my Zscaler admin portal. So this is where you configure all your policies for the traffic. But since we're talking about GCC only, we'll go to the mobile portal and we'll see it see it there. Okay, so in mobile portal, right, what you get a dashboard options, you get enroll devices. Once users are logged in, these devices will be shown here, that more more details about it. You will have the policy option, the app profile policy option to for various platform like Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. And there are various other settings you can configure under the administration. And that's all for your ZCC application. So you can configure trusted network, you can configure the posture profile settings, right, and the profile, forwarding profile as well. That's all you can configure from the mobile portal. Okay. Now next, this ZCC application mainly has a three module, which is Zscaler Internet Access, that's called ZIA, Zscaler Private Access, which is called CPA, and the Zscaler Digital Experience, which is called ZDX. So the ZIA is the one which is mainly which is used for internet-based traffic forwarding. Let's say your user are accessing google.com or facebook.com or youtube.com, right? That's an internet-based traffic. So for that purpose, this Zscaler module is used, right? And this is what forward traffic to the Zscaler service edge, and then from there it goes to the internet. The Zscaler private service edge, which is ZPA, this is used for the internal traffic access. For example, share drive access, internal printer access, or any internal resource access. That purpose, this particular module or service is used. Zscaler digital experience is basically to, for the monitoring purpose and the troubleshooting purpose. It can monitor user, device as well, and the application as well, right? And it can give you more detail about these applications. It can, for example, for the user, right? It can tell about what's the user, and for example, more about the system, that what's the Windows, what the system operating system, what is the RAM of that device, and everything about that device, and that you can also control through the portal as well, right? What details you want to see or not, right? And about the application, that so you can configure probes, and then this ZDX application would monitor that application, and then that it will show you the result on the ZDX portal, which can help you to to troubleshoot the problems. So now let's quickly log into our Zscaler ZCC application. So I already installed it in my system, and let's see these modules, right? Okay. So this is how, once you install the application, this is how it looks like, right? And then let me log in first. So training one at. So this is just an overview for the ZCC. I'll make, I'll create another training for maybe for the enrollment process, that what all step it takes to, to enroll a ZCC application to the mobile portal. So once I used that, that user domain and the user address, it asked me to authenticate, enter my password. And once I enter my password and authenticate to my IDP, I should be logged into the application. Okay, so it's registering this device to the portal. The enrollment process is happening. Okay, so let me open this. Okay, so now the Zscaler is logged in and it's running now. It's trying to connect, right? So I only have a ZIA service enabled for this user. Once you configure a ZPA, that module will be auto-populate, and that will be installed for this user as well. So I have Zscaler Internet Access and digital experience as well. So let's talk about the Zscaler, Internet Security or ZIA, that what options we have in this module. So we will have the user details, right? The status of this application, whether it's turned on and off, right? We will have the network type. So This network type option is something, which you can configure on portal, and it can tell you, the application can, can detect whether you are on trusted network, off trusted network, or on a VPN trusted network. The server is the one which is the Zscaler data center, nearest data center where you are connected. It's the IP of the SVPN instance, right? Now, this is the client IP address. It's your computer IP address, the time you connected, and this is the tunnel version. So you would see it's tunnel version 2, DTLS. It could be, TLS if you're using tunnel 2 TLS, and it could be tunnel 1.0 if you're using a tunnel 1.0, right? Then there are statistics, right? This is basically when traffic forwarding through this application, it shows the sent and received bytes. Okay. There is Now let's talk about the another module, which is digital experience. So you would see similar thing, right? The user details, status turn on, turn off, authentication status, the server it's connected and all, right? It's similar. Notification section is basically to give you the notification about the application. So it usually tells you that whether it's Zscaler or ZIA or ZPA or ZDX is enabled or disabled, or a notification about whether it's connected or disconnected. More is the section where you get more details about the applications, or for the troubleshooting purpose. So the setting, under the settings section, you get option to to turn on and turn off the notifications, right, for this application. Under the troubleshooting section, you get so many options, and these are the options you're going to usually use for for the troubleshooting. So start packet capture is the option which would capture traffic, dot pcap. It would start the pcap, and that pcap would run by default for the 5 minutes. You can, we have option to increase that timing for more than 5 minutes, but that's for another trading. Reported an issue is the option where users can click on it, and they get an option to report or generate a Zscaler case. They fill details, they submit it, and there will be a Zscaler case raised for it, right? For that particular user. Restart service and repair service, basically to restart the services for this application itself. Clear logs is to clear logs. So the Zscaler store logs, this application store logs in C, program data, and the Zscaler folder. Let me quickly walk you through. So you go to this PC, C drive, program data, and the Zscaler, right? So you can see this application stores so many logs, right? Various logs for various purpose. So that all stored here, right? So what you can do, you can clear logs from this option, right? You have a option to from in the admin in the mobile portal, that what should be the size of of these log file. That's something you can control from the portal itself. The next option we have is a log mode, right? So there are various log mode like error, warning, info, and debug. Debug is the option which is suggested to have, because this is the mode which would capture more detailed logging, and that usually helps in troubleshooting. Now, in the about section, you have an app version and the policy, app policy. So app version is the GCC version you're running on. So in my case, it's Zscaler 4.3.0.121, right? And then the app policy is the policy which is configured on the mobile portal for either for this user or either for the group user part of, right? The app version, right? This app version get updated every uh, uh, every 1 hour. So yep. So since this is application, right, it pushes pack file. It also has a pack file, configured, and that's you configured on the portal itself. So that pack file update, this application checks for every 15 minutes, right? And that's for the application pack file and the forwarding profile pack file as well. Now the Zscaler client connector policy update, or the forwarding profile update, the administrative setting update, that happens every 1 hour, right? And every 2 hour, this application checks for its own update, right? So for example, if you have an update configured there on the portal, every 2 hours, the Zscaler app would check for the updates, right? That's that's all about it. There are other options we have, like to log out. If you want to log out, you can simply log out from here. And if you want to turn off the service, you can click on turn off. And once it's turned off, you will have option to turn it on as well. Okay, let's see next. Yeah, this is what we discussed, Zscaler update intervals, right? Okay. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. So I'll walk through this, this mobile admin portal later on in a separate training, and because there are so many options which need a detailed explanation, right? So yeah, that'll be in the next training. Let me see what next. Okay. So I think, yeah, we are end of this training for now. Thank you for watching and see you in our next training. Bye.